This kid, Jake, actually. He was a Nigerian kid, but he like the whitest black kid you'll ever meet. Great kid.
His name's Jake. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
We called him Jake Eyes and Teeth.
Yeah, I'm the best at not having fun. I'm really good at that.
A Nazi.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know if that's the word I'd use.
I got a video of a kid drinking piss for $10.
I sold a kid piss for $10. I said to Logan the other day, I was like, yeah, my parents and I were, like, my family and I were the first black family in Roslyn. And he was like, you're Arab. I was like, I know.
Sticky, blicky, blicky.
George Miller,
What's up, dude?
host of the LGM podcast.
Yes, sir.
Hot, nailed it. Comic extraordinaire. And my good friend. I love this fella. Thank you for being here.
Fella. Thank you for having me, dude.
Yeah,
this is wonderful. Earlier when we were texting, you were like, there's like, I don't know how many beers, but there's like, my girl's liquor, and there's like a beer store around the corner. I was like, I don't drink, and then you texted me, dude. It was like, it felt like a girlfriend who didn't believe me. Like, you were like, okay, I guess. Like, you're like, I thought I've seen you drink before, but okay, I guess. With happy faces, I was like.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I swear I'm not lying.
I didn't mean to like make you be in that position. Like I'm calling you a liar, but gee golly, I thought you were lying for a second. You know?
It took me back to calling my ex-girlfriend like after we first broke up, and I'd be like, I'm not drunk, and she's like, yeah, you fucking are. Nah.
You were like, well, dude, unless you were at a bar at October 13th, 2024, no, you haven't seen me drunk. I was like, easy there, fella. All right, calm down. I believe you now.
That, and I was like,
I believe you.
I was like, was that really sassy? I think that was sassy.
I'm going to an AA meeting right now and grabbing a fucking coin. I'm gonna bring it to this fucking pocket.
For real. Sorry, dude, some PTSD there.
I'll take it that way. It's funny though. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason in my head, I like feel like I pictured you in. I see you in bars habitually, but I feel like I've seen you with beer in your hand. But no, I haven't.
Yeah.
So great job, dude.
Thanks, dude. It's
Fantastic work.
It's a horrible decision I made that I have to fucking keep up with now.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun that like the opposite end would be drinking. Like at no point do you have to be like, I have to keep this up, you know?
Yeah.
But you chose the one side. You're like, I gotta keep this up now, or else.
I guess that is a better choice.
Yeah.
There was definitely a point in my drinking that I was like, oh, I like this. You know, you feel like fucking, I don't know, I'm stupid. Like, I'm like forever like a 15-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I would like romanticize it in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm like fucking like a hurt writer. I'm just like getting hammered playing video games, being like, oh, this is a funny jerk off joke. Like, you're just an idiot. There's nothing nice behind it.
I remember the first night I drank, I stole a bunch of Jameson from my grandpa and then put it in a water bottle and then just like had it in my backpack for a week. And then I brought it to my friend's house and we were going to go to a party that night. And I was like also new to parties. And I was like 14 or something. And I was like, I got this. And like they all took a sip. And then I was like, what do I do with the rest? I was like, I don't drink it. So I just chugged this thing, like a water bottle full of gin.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I showed up to the party. I was immediately gone, dude.
Yeah.
It was a bad party for me.
That was the first time you drank?
Mm-hmm.
Did you black out?
Yeah.
That's
I came back to, like, midnight that night. Like, I was in the tub. My friends put me in the tub. I was gone.
Dude, that was always
Came
a
back
thing.
from the dead at, like, midnight, 1 a.m. also, yeah.
Were you ready to party again?
Yeah, ready to go again.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And the John was still going, too. I was pretty stoked.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
That was always a cool feeling when like you were the too fucked up guy, and then like that, you know, you got fucking put in the bathtub, and then like you come back downstairs, everyone's like, yeah,
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, give me a fucking beer.
My first time, I was like, yeah, all right, guys, did it. He's like, that wasn't so bad. How did you...
That's so funny.
Yeah, that actually shows like how like progressive alcoholism gets. My first time being blackout hungover, my hangover ended hour 2 and I was back in the game.
Yeah.
10 years later, it got bad. Yeah, that's funny though. Yeah, actually, now thinking about all my first times doing drugs. First time I smoked weed was with my friend Mike. And then we had pellet guns, and I remember I got so high, I was like, this is crazy. I was running around his backyard, and he sniped me with a pellet gun from about 50 fucking yards, nailed me in the head. And I was like, what happened? And I ran up to him. I was like, did you shoot me in the head? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, this is even real, dude? And I was like, just happy. And that's probably why my life went downhill from there.
Yeah, dude. The first time you smoked weed, you got stoned.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't
Yeah.
get high the first time I smoked.
Yeah.
I remember like when we first started smoking like really good weed. This guy used to be friends with, and I would like walk around the neighborhood after smoking, and we'd be like, "Everything looks like The Simpsons." Then he got really strung out. Now I see him on fucking Broad Street sometimes, just
You see
know?
him on Broad Street still?
Yeah.
Oh, that's coul
being fucking. I don't talk to him. I just like drive by him. I'm like, "Oh look, he's asleep over there."
I had that experience on DMT. It was Rocco's Modern Life. This kid I knew, he moved it from Vegas. I was best friends with his cousin, and he moved from Vegas. By the way, he moved for 18 and had like full neck tat. Like it said, like "fuck you" in the back and like a big hot leaf in the
yeah.
front, completely tat out 18. And then he gave me this DMT, and he's like hit it, and then I hit it, and then like mid hit, he's like hold it in, and I did, and he's like, by the way, I've never seen anyone take that much DMT once. I was like, oh, you're a scumbag,
Yeah,
you
what
know?
an
I know,
asshole.
you got me, but it was kind of cool. But
Yeah.
anyways, immediately like the entire world shifted in like Rocco's Modern Life. It was exactly like that. That's
That's
how I can
funny.
explain it. It was like everything looked like Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah.
It was pretty rad.
When I did DMT, I didn't really have like vision. Like everything, I was just like in like fractals pretty much.
Yeah,
I didn't like see anything.
yeah. See the gods and stuff.
Yeah, no, I was just like, oh, it was fun. I was in a hammock under a blanket. I'm just like, I was just like trying to look around at and like recognize stuff, and I couldn't. And then it went away. I was like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I like how it's not long lasting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that, dude. So I'm not sober, I just don't drink. But the other day, I had like an empty vial of acid, and I was like, oh, I wonder what would happen if I like put water in it and like drank it. And then I did, dude. Within like 10 minutes, I was sitting on my parents' couch, like, oh my god, I couldn't see within another 10 minutes, dude. And I was just like trying to watch movies that I liked to like be comforting, and then it wouldn't work. And like I just laid on my couch and just put the fucking blanket over me, and I was like, I have 8 more hours of this fucking bullshit, dude.
What movie did you put on to comfort you?
At first I put on Army of the Dead. It's like an action movie. It's like a Batista shooting zombies action movie. And then I put on Mad Max Fury Road, which has usually helped me through psychedelic situations, but this time I don't know how much acid I was high for like 2 days though.
Bro, this is the most opposite ends of the spectrum of comforting movies I could think of. On acid, you'd be like, what movie did you put on? Like Platoon? I'd be like, what the fuck? This is like, what are you talking about? It's crazy. I thought you were gonna talk about. I literally thought you were gonna say like Bambi.
No, that's horrifying.
Like, nah, dude. War movies and Mad Max.
Dude, Mad Max has saved my life so many times. I love Mad Max, dude. All of them. They're all good.
Yeah, I like apocalyptic dystopians
Yeah.
to comfort me
Yeah,
through,
kinda.
through bad acid trips.
Well, all this stuff is happening to Max, dude. And he's just walking. He just gets through all of it. And, like, you can be watching that shit, but you're going to be terrified for, like, what's happening inside of your head and stuff. And then, like, you see Max, like, get up again out of the sand, and you're like, all right, shit's all right. You're like, this is fine.
I love this so much. I don't do acid anymore, but I'm about to be like, yo, you want to take some acid and watch some Mad Max together?
Dude, acid was more, because I hadn't eaten acid in a really long time. And then when I did that, it was like, it was also more acid than I expected, but it was like, I did not remember it being like that, dude. I was like, holy shit. Because, like, I'll do ketamine every now and again. And, like, if you do enough, like, you get really high, but it lasts, like, 40 minutes at the most if you do, like, enough of it or whatever. But, like, that, I remember, like, I was as high as I would be in, like, a K-hole. And I was like, fuck. But this doesn't last 45 minutes. This is going to last until whenever, and like the sun's coming up, and I'm like peeking out of the blanket, and I'm like, fuck, it's the next day, and I'm still this high. Like, this blows, dude.
Yeah, I find it crazy that now it's been happening a while, and it's still crazy that mushrooms are just being treated like weed was 10 years ago.
Dude, mushrooms can get you really fucking high.
Yeah, and for the past 18 months, ketamine is now just following in suit. Like,
Yeah,
it's the new
ketamine therapy,
caboose.
dude.
And it's like, yo, in 10 years, is every single person just going to be on fucking ketamine? Like,
Probably.
they smoke weed? Like, like the amount of stoners there are now in 20 years, is everyone just being on mushrooms and ketamine all day? I think so.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the same way like when you just like we got legalized and like all the people in my parents' neighborhood that would like call the cops on us for smoking weed are now like you see them at the fucking dispensary. So like, yeah, one day you'll see fucking old dudes walking around with rings around their nose and shit, just a bunch of crusted up ketamine on their nose. They're like, life is good now for some reason. Just constantly high on ketamine.
Exactly, it's gonna fucking happen.
Dude, I was on the way before it was cool, man.
I was like, dude, I've been doing ketamine since y'all was in diapers, cuz on that K-hole.
Dude, the other day, Fry and I went to like an afters rave. We were like dancing and shit, and then he says to me, he's like, dude, you're so good at doing drugs. Like you're the goat of drugs. I was like, what the fuck does that? That's already sounds like shit. Like I don't want to be cool for doing drugs. And then he was like you always hold your shit better than anybody. Like nobody can ever tell. And I was like, it's because I'm horribly sad all the time. Like I'm never having a good time. Like, I'm like that's why I don't act like I'm having a good time because I'm not. So, yeah, I'm the best at not having fun. I'm really good at that.
A Fanazi.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know if that's the word I'd use.
I wouldn't choose that word immediately.
I thought like depressed or like.
I like you called you, what was it, the goat of drugs?
Yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna call you that from every time I see you now. I'll be like, yo, goat of drugs. What's up, God? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's,
for real.
that's my new name for you.
Yeah, fucking 2 weeks ago, I was terrified on my parents' couch under a blanket, like, oh my god, why did they do this?
I'm the goat. Meanwhile, I'm terrified, so I'm putting on Mad Max to get through this bad trip.
Dude, I always would go, like, even the other day, I went into it so cocky. I was like, oh, dude, like, same fucking mindset that Fry said about me. I was like, yeah, I always hold my shit. Like, drank a fucking vial of, like, acid wash, pretty much. So it was like, oh my god, I cannot hold my shit.
You probably took like 10 doses.
Yeah, maybe.
And like, if you really think about it, like you could have taken 5 or 10 doses,
Yeah.
and that's why you immediately went into a rip.
Yeah, by accident. I've done that on purpose before when I was a younger man, and I was like, this is fucking cool. And then same thing would happen. I would be like way too high and have to go be alone. And then like after I was like starting to come back to, I'd be like, that was sick. Like, it's like I was literally just having a panic attack for like 10 hours, and I'm like, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, even the other day, dude, I'm telling you, I'm stuck at 15. I'm like, no, that was sick how like you were going through all those portals and shit, dude. You really held your own. It's like, no, it's not cool. You fucking live at your parents' house and you ate acid and we're high for 2 days, you fucking idiot.
Some crazy psychopathy there too. It's like you're like, are you talking to yourself like that?
In my head, yeah.
Yo, dude, you really handled that fucking well. Remember that third portal where the monsters jumped at you, but you weren't scared.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny.
So you remember when you were debating whether or not to like tell your dad that how high you were just because it would probably make you feel better? Like, I was like, should I go wake my parents up and tell them? Like, that'll make it better. No. I'm still going to be able to not see anything.
Hey guys, we're going to take a quick break to bring you a message from our newest sponsor, Village Vapes. They're the coolest vape lounge in Philadelphia. They got video game lounge, comedy shows, and a wide selection of everything you're looking for. So go to villagevapesphilly.215 on Instagram, give them a follow. Go to villagevapes215.com. Thanks, you guys. That is funny. That's funny.
For real. And I've been living back at my parents' house for a few months, so I really do feel like a little kid. I'm about to move back to the city with Fry and Christian, which rocks.
Yeah, dude. Your parents probably like, it's only been 3 months, but like, oh man, what the fuck's this kid been up to?
Yeah, for real.
He only made 3 months and he had to wake us up again in the middle of the night.
Dude, my mommy fucking... It sounded like I said my mommy, but I didn't.
I thought you just said your mom.
My mom asks me, like, every other week if I still do comedy. I'm like, I hate you. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean do I still do? I'm out every single night. But what she sees is me just sitting on her couch for the whole... I wake up at 2 in the afternoon and just sit on her couch all day. I'm like, no, Mom, it's working out, I swear. I'm like...
It's coming to fruition.
Yeah, I'm like, can you come to the competition again? It's like, oh, you're doing the competition again, so you can actually get paid to do comedy, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the competition again.
If you want me to have a shot at $3,000, you better show up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I need your vote, Mom.
Yeah, that's funny though.
Dude, we did a fucking show at Helium. We had like 200 something people there. Almost sold out the fucking room. Everybody had a good set. It was cool. It was a good show. And then like a week later, she's literally like, "Oh, you're still doing that comedy thing?" I'm like, "You did you not just see? Like, is this not? This doesn't mean anything. Like, what the fuck, dude? No wonder I'm on your couch doing acid all the time.
She's probably like,
This is your fault somehow."
yeah, she's like, did you land that Netflix deal yet, or are we
Dude.
are wasting our energy bill here?
Literally the day after the show, she was like, "So did like anybody talk to you about like anything?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, is there like more gonna happen after this?" It's like, "Yeah, I hope so. What the fuck do you think like an executive is gonna come over to me like, you're famous now?" Like, we just did a local show, Ma. We just did a good job at talking to people, so we got them to come to the show. Like,
It is funny. It would be rad if that's like how it went.
oh my god, dude, I
Yeah.
wish.
I had a buddy tell me one time he went for a couple of sets and he was like, I'm gonna give comedy a try. If I don't make money within like a year and a half, I think I'll stop. And I was like, oh man,
Dude, there's fucking
rip it.
so many people that have been doing comedy for way too long. I'm 28 now. If I'm not like, even if I'm just like doing small clubs and I still have to do bar shows and shit, if I'm able to pay my rent through comedy by the time I'm 40, then I won't blow my head off. But if I reach 40 and I'm like, I have to work in a warehouse or like ask you if I can hop on a job because I need money, like, I'm done. Not comedy. I'm out of here, dude.
Dude, I think you're on a good path for that.
I hope so.
12 more years.
12
Good
more
path for
years.
that, dude. I can see you making it there.
I hope so.
Yeah, you're already taking a show across state lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Taking it around.
We just got to keep doing well at the shows. That's the thing. Like, I have a thing where, like, after our first show, Brotherly Laughs at Helium in March, like, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was terrified at first because I'm like, I hope I do well in front of all these people. Like, there were probably like 40 people that knew me that were there. And then the rest of them are just people that we, like, met just being out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I want to impress these people and I want to impress the club. I want to get another show. And then, so like I had a good set I was hosting and I was like, okay, fucking awesome. I felt good for the 10 minutes that I will let myself feel good about anything. And then immediately show's done. You know, we hung out for a little bit. We were all on our way homes and shit. And I'm like, God damn it. Like the thing, what I'm thinking about immediately after is I have to do this again. Like if they give us another show, we have to do that again. You know what I mean? Like it can't be any less than that. And it's like, I don't know. That shit's scary, dude.
Nah. I mean, just shoot to do better, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, yeah, you're going to have to do like better than good every show for the first, at least, you know, until it's a consistent thing. That's just
Yeah.
kind of how it goes. Too competitive, but I don't see like, yeah, I guess there's pressure to it, but dude, just go at it the same way you went with your first one, I would imagine. So like, how else you going to do it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we only got one way of fucking getting people in, and it's just we're constantly out all the time. And like everybody we talk to, dude, we got a show coming up, we telling them about it, whether it be at Orleans or Helium. We're like, oh, just so you know, like, we're all comics, you know, fucking,
Yeah, you got good promo,
Yeah.
good social media presence. It's there.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I like it. Now you take a Soul Joe's, Atlanta. It's good.
Yeah, Atlanta Helium, July 10th. That's
Yeah.
cool. And then, dude, this was like our first like run like this, and we immediately like it's crazy. We leave July 7th. That's Logan's his preliminary round for funniest. It's July 7th. So after that, immediately after the show, at like whatever time it ends, 10 or whatever, 9:30, we're gonna start driving to Atlanta. And then we get there at like probably like 10 in the morning, something like that. Probably a little bit after 10 in the morning. And then show at the Laughing Skull the first day, show at the Laughing Skull the second day. And then we have our show on the 10th. And then immediately after our show, we drive back to, not Philly, to PA, to Pottstown. And then sleep for a couple hours. We have a show at Soul Joel's. Sleep for a couple hours, wake up, bark, do all whatever we do for all our other shows, try to get people in there. And then the 24th, we have another Brotherly Laughs at Helium in Philly, which will be sick. But dude, Pottstown and Atlanta, like all that drive, This shit's crazy.
Dude, I imagine the Soul Joe's one after the trip back from Atlanta. That show's gonna rip because everyone's just gonna be fucking haggard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like when you're really tired and it's just fucking stupid silly. I feel like
Yeah.
that's how everyone's gonna be. I feel like that'll be a great show.
I hope so, dude. I hope so. It's we're doing the small room there, so it's 50 people. I think we can do 50 people pretty easy if we're really out there barking. And then if we sell out the first show, then we get a second show. We get a show at 10 p.m. Which that I'm like, it would be cool to be able to add a second show. Like I've never added a second show
Yeah.
on my own show before.
That'd be-
Like it would be cool, but also that's like another thing where I'm like, oh yeah, we saw it the first show. Fuck, I hope this show doesn't have 10 people in it. Like in a room that holds 50, that would suck. You know what I mean? But name of the game, dude.
That
We're gonna
would
fucking
not be the best, but
we're gonna try.
those nights happen. Pottstown's got a really good comedy scene, but it's weird because it's so far out there.
Yeah.
You know?
But a lot of people in Pottstown will go to Soul Joel's just like they're
because,
like
yeah.
Oh, what do you want to do tonight? Let's go to Soul Joel's. Fuck it. Like that's cool. I like that.
I lived in Pottstown for a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are you from originally?
Horsham.
Okay, right on. I'm from Abington, so very close.
That's where my other half of the family's from. I grew up in Horsham, and my dad was raised in Abington.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, Abington Ghosts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you like that mascot?
Ours was the Mad Hatter.
Okay.
But then,
yeah.
it got politically correct because he used to be a guy running around the field with a knife and shit, like
Yeah.
And then they just made it the Hatter,
Yeah.
and our logo just became a hat.
Yeah, it's just the black top hat with the red.
Yep,
Yeah.
not a good logo.
No.
No, it was cooler.
Better than ours. Ours was a KKK member.
I know, it's so
Essentially.
cool. Best logo ever for high school.
And now it's just an A.
I wasn't like I swore I had a hoodie one time, and it was just a guy, like a white horse and a white guy, and
Yeah.
yep, and that was
Absolutely,
like,
just a
yep.
maroon hoodie with the fucking white thing on it, dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure.
They had that until like my sisters were in high school, and that was still like the logo.
Love it.
Like I think they might have still like that might have been our gym shorts logo when I was in middle school.
Bro, a charging crusader over a hat.
And we get the Grand Wizard, dude.
Yeah, there's a grand dragon on your pants, brother. We had a hat, all right.
Dude, and Cheltenham was like our rival team, and they're the Black Panthers.
Yeah,
It's
which
like-
is so fun.
Could you imagine that in like the 80s? Like that shit was probably insane, dude. There's like people in Abington probably were still KKK members in the 80s too. It just started getting
It's so
like,
funny that Cheltenham is like it's the first. It's considered like it's in that suburb area where all the schools meet,
yeah.
and it's so funny that they're the Black Panthers. It's so funny. And
There's
then
also a lot of Jewish people in
right next
Cheltenham.
door is the White Ghosts.
Yeah.
Well, they were just the Ghost, but the White Ghost.
The Abington Galloping Ghosts.
Dude, that is. I've never pieced that together until right now. Thank you
Dude,
for that. That's amazing.
You know Mike Young, Mr. Young, comedian?
Who is it?
Mike Young.
Mike Young.
He works security at Helium. He's the guy who's got like
Mike
the
Young.
long
Yeah,
dread.
blonde guy. Yeah.
He grew up in Cheltenham, and he's like a little bit older than us. And he was like, yeah, dude, like that shit was crazy because you guys were just like when he was a kid, he was like, you guys were the ghosts, and like you had a dude dressed up like a ghost, like he would be at the games and shit, and we were the Black Panthers.
I wish I never got to see that mascot live.
No,
but-
me neither.
Oh, that would
I
have been
saw,
good.
I saw like the shirts and like the hoodies and stuff, but I by the time I got into high school, it was a janitor who just wore a wooden A on him.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I missed our cool mascot by like 4 or 5 years.
No,
I'm sad.
the Mad Hatter's sick. That's way cool. That's like actually cool.
Yeah, it was like the Mad Hatter, but then he was actually like a
Like a
deranged
knife.
fella running around with it was like a foam knife,
Yeah.
but like it was cool.
Yeah,
Rad, actually.
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember Horsham and Abington are so close, but I remember do you remember Burdix?
Burdix.
Yeah, it's on York Road, like in,
Like, yeah, like yeah.
it was the newsstand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my parents used to buy tobacco from there. And I remember, like, when I was a kid, I was like, this place is crazy. Horsham. Or, like, I know that's just, like, the strip, but, like, that's pretty much the only place in Horsham I've been.
Horsham doesn't have much there. It's not like it's not a cool town. Like we wouldn't be like, yo, George, you want to go hit Horsham?
Yeah.
It's kind of a rough area for
Yeah.
that.
I mean, Abington's kind of like that too. It's not like there's
Yeah,
not
I was
much
just
going
like, yeah, you're just like closer to Jenkintown, so just Jenkintown, Philly, so you kind of just feels more vibey. But yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing there.
on. I mean, but like, I guess we were like trashy kid. Like Abington's like a fucking trash hole, dude. We were like trashy little kids. We did drugs super young and like, fucking egged people's houses and like stole out of people's cars and shit. We did a bunch of fuck shit because there was like nothing to do.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh yeah, you just get intoxicated and see whose cars are open when you walk by.
Yeah, that checks out for Abington.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my pops lives down near the Meadowbrook train station, dude. Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
I live like right by the Roslyn train station, pretty much.
Oh, dude, we are so close.
Yeah.
So close. Oh, dude, if I have a party, I'm gonna invite you.
Yeah, for sure. I'll
Sick.
come, dude.
Nice.
I'll come. I'll
That's gonna
fit
be
right in. I mean, at first they'll probably be like, "Oh, this guy's a little dark for Roslyn," but
Nah, dude, you'll fit right in.
I said to Logan the other day, I was like, "Yeah, my parents and I were like, my family and I were the first black family in Roslyn," and he was like, "You're Arab." I was like, "I know." We were still the first black family. But now it's kind of Roslyn's getting pretty diverse, dude. It's weird.
Abington school districts are pretty diverse now, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So yeah,
I think it's over
all-
kids. Abington, I feel like has always been like pretty like 50-50 with like white kids and black kids.
Mhm.
Like, cause there's Crestmont right by Roslyn.
Yeah,
And Crestmont was like the black neighborhood or whatever.
you guys
like,
are a
area.
stellar example of diversity.
Yeah, except I feel like in school, like they kind of like segregated themselves.
No way.
Yeah, like everybody.
Let's talk about that. How did Abington school district segregate the kids?
No, not. I think the kids did it.
Um,
Like it was like it kind of was like. I guess sports kind of let people mesh a little bit more, but like it seemed like a lot of the time it was like a lot of the black kids hung out together and then like a lot of the white kids hung out together. But like in like the I guess like the majority of it, there's obviously little pockets of like we were like stoner hacky sack kids, you know what I mean? And then there was like
yeah, you look like a hacky sack kid.
thanks.
You got a vibe of a hacky sack kid.
Yeah, like impossible to shake apparently, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what I can do, but
Oh, in high school, we had a courtyard. We had an enclosed courtyard, and then every day at lunch, I'm hacky sacking.
yeah.
I was a hard hacky sacker in high school,
Dude, we were hard hacky, dude. This kid,
limb style.
fucking. Oh yeah, I could do gestures and shit, dude. We actually got pretty good at hacky sacking. We were played kill. Did you play kill?
Yeah, that's pretty much all you end up playing.
Yeah. I remember like we started playing like 5-hit kill. We got up to a point where we were doing like 10-hit kill. Like you had to like hit it 10 times before you kicked it at him. And there's this one kid, he had alopecia, and he would always roof the sack. Like he would always be like, "Can I hacky sack with you guys?" And he'd be like, "No, dude, you don't actually know how to do it." And he'd be like, "No, I want to try." And he would always roof the sack, dude. And then one time he asked if he could hacky sack with us. He asked if he could hacky sack with us, and we were like, if you let us draw hair on you." We had one of those big, like the metal Sharpies, like the big ass
Yeah.
ones. And fucking drew hair and eyebrows on them.
Did you get a picture of it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I might be able to find it. I might have to go through Facebook to find it, but if I find it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I want to see that,
It was awesome.
dude.
It was very funny. A very mean thing to do.
I haven't been able to get on my Facebook in a decade.
Really?
Maybe not that long, but a long time, and I haven't wanted to get on it.
I made a new one when I started doing comedy for some reason, and then like now I hardly ever go on it.
I have some gold on that Facebook.
Yeah, dude, I have some good pictures. I wish I could get into my old Facebook.
I got a video of a kid drinking piss for $10. You know, I want that video. You know what I'm saying?
I sold a kid piss for $10
You sold him. Oh, well, okay.
or $20 for all. I think.
I was thinking of a drink, but all right, it makes sense now.
Oh no, it was just a drink. He wasn't buying it like in his brain like he was like I'm buying this kid's piss. He was just this is back to being a horrible scumbag when I was a kid, dude. I was friends with this kid, and then I started hanging out with my older, cooler, new friends, and they were like, "Oh, this kid's fucking lame," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you guys are right. He's lame." And then we just started like we would like. At first, we started getting him like less weed than he was trying to buy. And then we would just like steal his weed. And then eventually we started selling him like a bunch of fake weed. I would just like sell him oregano and shit. And then one time he asked if he could buy alcohol. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I put like a little bit of vodka in a water bottle and then bong water and I peed into it. I don't know, like now I swear to God, this is I have empathy now, dude. Like I want love in life. I have feelings now. I don't know what the fuck was going on back then. I was just like a fucking, I don't know, dude. I don't know why. Just maybe being called names by your mom all the time. I have no fucking clue why I was such a piece of shit. But I thought it was funny. I mean, I still kind of think it's funny, but I never do it. But so we sold that to him, and then he went to Roslyn Park and was like hanging out at the skate park. And then these kids, one of the kids now dead, but these kids, like the popular kids or whatever, like were like, we're gonna kick your ass if you don't give us your bottle. And then they took it and they chugged it. And he told me about it. I was like, that's sick. That fucking rocks. At least there was some good in the world that came out of that.
Yeah. Now you're not going to hell because like they saved you. I was an angel.
I'm probably going to hell. That kid ended up getting into hard drugs probably, so I stopped hanging out with him and he died. I probably did not help with that kid's downfall. That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's pretty bad, dude. Dude, one time I sold him a bunch of oregano, and then I put weed. I put like a little bit of weed in the bag of oregano to like just, I don't know, so it would like smell like weed, and even that's not gonna work. And then this kid I used to be friends with, also he sold him a piece of mud for hash. And then when he met up with him to sell him the mud, he was like, the kid asked him to roll a joint. He was like, hey, can you roll this joint? And then he handed him the bag, and he was like, where did you get this from? And he was like, did you get this from George? And the kid was like, yeah, I did. And my friend was like, what the fuck? So then he picks out all the weed, all the actual weed, takes it, rolls to get a joint of mud and oregano, and then comes over to my house. He's like, yo, here's that weed bag. You guys want to smoke it? He's like, yeah, I just met up with him on the way here. I was like, God damn it. Like, now I think about that, I'm like, that's pretty funny. But like, where did you ever have like piece of shit tendencies like that?
Yeah, dude, all the time. Absolutely. I was thinking like one time I was managing a recovery house, and this kid showed up, and then he asked my buddy, one of my best friends who was living in the house also, he wasn't a manager, but he just lived there. He asked him to find him weed. This kid was brand new, like day one. And my buddy was like, no. And the kid was like, I'll give you $100 for an eighth, I think he said. And my friend was like, no. He tells me, but I was busy. I was like, I got shit to do. I had a sponsor coming over and stuff. This kid, Jake, actually, he was a Nigerian kid, but he like the whitest black kid you'll ever meet. Great kid.
His name's Jake. That's crazy.
We called him Jake Eisenteeth. Yeah, that's actually what he's in my phone as.
That's fucking crazy. You guys turn the lights off, you're like, oh, I see your Jake.
Dude, he was very dark.
Jake Eisenteeth is insane, dude.
That's what his name was. We called him that and Walter Malone. And
oh my god.
This was one post he just took off, so. But it was really a rough house we were living in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we lived in a rough house.
Yeah.
And I wish all of them got into comedy. But yeah, so this kid comes over to the sponsor, like he's sitting on the couch with me and we're just talking. Now this new kid texts me, because he has my number, the manager. He texts me. He says, yo, who's your friend? I'm like, this is a sponsor of mine. He's sitting on the couch. This kid is texting me from 10 feet away.
Yeah.
He was like, as a sponsor. He texts me. He's like, yo, who's he with? I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, can he find anything? He's texting me this now. And I was like, what do you want? And he's like, I'm trying to get weed. Now the kid checks me from 10 feet away, which is weird. His house manager of this recovery house he's in, if I can find weed. And I'm like, I can't deal with this right now. So I text Steve. I was like, yo, Steve, I'm sending this kid upstairs with you. The dude who turned him down from weed before, right? And, so he's coming up. And he's like, all right, I'll deal with it. I was like, yo, go upstairs and talk to Steve. He goes upstairs to talk to Steve. Steve's like, yo, I'll get you the weed, but you're going to have to eat this dead baby bird we found out front earlier. We found this dead baby bird on our ping pong table out back earlier, and we gave it a funeral and everything. We put it in a box. We all had songs and stuff. It was great. Steve said, I'll give it to you if you dig up that dead baby bird out that box we buried out back, and you eat it. And the kid was like, okay, which is crazy.
For weed?
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if you're like getting them dope in there or something, but fucking weed, that's insane.
Yeah. So the rules were you had to chew it for 12 seconds.
Oh my god.
And I timed it, and he did honestly spit it out at 11 and a half seconds. So he didn't get anything.
Wait, he didn't actually have to swallow it?
No, we said you only have to chew it because we were worried he might die. So we were like, you only got to chew it for 10 seconds or 12 seconds.
Yeah, but you still get whatever the dead baby bird
I'm
has
not a
from
doctor.
chewing.
We weren't doctors. We were just like, in my head, we were like, yo, if he swallows it, that's probably not good.
Fuck yeah, I'm
you
not a doctor.
Spit it out.
Eat
We
this
would rinse his mouth out, you know? It's just like Listerine kills 99.9% of germs.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. So, But like, look,
Maybe you are a doctor.
yeah. So he spit it out, and then Steve was like, "Yo, you're in a recovery house. You text the manager about weed, dumbass. You're not getting anything." And the kid felt bad, and then I was like, "Oh, I know I feel bad," but I immediately called the owner of the place. I was like, "Yo, this kid just had a baby bird for weed. We got to kick him out." And the owner was like, "What happened?" And he's like, "This kid." Was trying to get weed from us, and one of the guys said he'll get him some if he eats a dead baby bird, and he ate the bird, but we got to kick him out. He's looking for weed, and he's like, "All right, just kick him out," and that was it. That kid got kicked out, had to eat the bird, and we just all went about our lives.
Oh my god.
But looking back, like yeah, like with empathy, yeah, it probably wasn't great for him.
Yeah, definitely not. But I mean, the kid I was being an asshole to was just an innocent guy. He was just like a weirdo that I used to be friends with, and he was just trying. He was like, he wasn't a dude coming into a recovery house asking a bunch of dudes who were trying not to do drugs to get him drugs. Like, that kid's also an asshole. You guys are crazy for that, but that kid's also an. It's also, I don't know what's crazier. Actually, having somebody do that, or being like, "Oh, you remember that bird that we had a beautiful funeral for? Dig it up and let's have this guy chew it for 12 seconds."
It's sociopathic, right?
Yeah, it's like, other guys had feelings for that bird, dude. And then you just watched the guy chew it up and then kicked him out.
Dude, we all took like 20 minutes out of our day, like 6 of us. It was, yeah, we put effort into it. It was crazy.
And you're like, yeah, fuck it.
And then you're like, dig it up. Crazy. Never really I never thought about that. Yeah. Yeah. People that are just getting off drugs, like people that have been like heroin addicts for like set amount of years, when they get sober, for that first 6 months to a year, I try telling people, I was like, those people are more crazy than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like their wiring's wrong, dude. They'll just do dumb shit.
Yeah, because, I mean, I guess I was always fucked up too when I drank, but like, I feel like when you do dope, at least the people I've been around, it's like, they were to a point where they weren't ever not high. And like, even, I guess with anything really, probably even weed, I'm sure weed has affected my brain, how much I smoke, but like, if you do anything for long enough, like, it does change the way that you think and like act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so much shit I've done hammered that was just like on long ass benders. I would never do that shit now.
Yeah, like if you do meth for too long, you will become schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like staying up too long fucks you up.
Yeah.
But like, dude, there's times that like I took acid for like a really like months at a time, and like would just like eat acid every day and get drunk and fucking. I called a meeting with my friends and was like, "Are you guys like fucking with me?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You guys like got something like going on? Like what? This is weird. Like, you guys are like really being weird." And my friend was like, "Oh no, you've been on acid for 3 months." And I was like, maybe, yeah, maybe that is right. like, yeah, you get weird and fucked up. You will chew a fucking baby bird for weed if you do drugs for too long.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, dude. I had stints where I was doing like acid like every day, and then of course like double my dose every day.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like
'cause
the
you
point-
wanna
yeah. And
get high.
Then if you have like I had like friends who were doing it with me though.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
So
No, I
I
was
had
just
like
doing
I had
it
a
alone.
crew. Oh yeah, we had a crew, which might be more dangerous.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
dude.
there was like 4 of us up at a week at a
And
time.
everybody's getting weird
Yeah.
and fucking
But the problem was like, but I was one like coming in with it, you know,
Yeah.
dude. The problem was like then I'd have like friends calling me and I'd be like, I'd have to give everyone like a 10 at a time, just even like for them to even like feel anything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
'cause you're
saying?
just like doing so much.
Dude, the one time I was making a sandwich and I was ripped out of my mind, and my friend Mike was there, bestie. And my friend Raj calls me. He's like, "Yo, I need to come over and get 10 hits. I just found out Matt's fucking my girl, and Matt's his best friend." And I was
Damn.
like, "Are you sure you want to come over here and grab that in this mood?" You know?
Yeah, that's.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm on my way. Matt's driving me." And I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "I'll see
Oh,
you in a little
shit.
bit, I guess." So he comes into the kitchen. I'm making a sandwich. I've been making this huge sandwich for like 45 minutes. It's hot. Dude, it was like huge, like this big, right?
Scooby Doo sandwich.
Yeah, like Scooby Doo sandwich. He comes in. I go into the refrigerator. I give him 20. I'm like, "Yeah, you sure you want to do it?" He pops them all immediately. I'm like, "All right."
Oh, that is not where I thought he was gonna dose the guy.
Yeah, immediately hits him. I was like, "Okay, cool, dude."
Jesus.
I was like, "Where you going?" He's like, "I'm gonna go kick Matt's ass." I'm like, "All right." I'm gonna make this sandwich. And he goes outside, and I was like, "Yo, make sure you don't do it here, right?" So next thing I know, Mike, my friend who was there with me, comes in. He's like, "Yo, you gotta come out here." Raj stole Matt's car and chased him down the road, and now they're blocking the road. And Raj is beating Matt's ass in the middle of the road. And I was like, "Nuh-uh." So I walk outside and I look at a quarter mile down the road, and he's blocking the road. It's only a 2-lane road.
Yeah.
He's just blocking it, and I just see little white Matt getting his ass beat by Indian Raj, just beating his ass, dude. And I was like, "Oh, this is too much for me. I gotta go inside." And I get back inside, and my sandwich is gone.
Oh.
And it was just, to this day, I don't know if it was an imaginary sandwich or not.
Damn.
But like, I was like, this is I still remember. That's like the one thing I never saw in my life, dude.
That's crazy. You didn't ask anybody about it?
I asked everyone. I was going around my house like, "Where's my fucking sandwich?" I'm like,
whoa,
blew my mind, dude.
That's
I spent like an hour on that sandwich. Yeah.
God damn, you were just fucking
just piecing tomatoes. I was slicing tomatoes, dude. I was in it. Like I was being a deli.
Was there like a cutting board
all
and
the
shit
accoutrements were out and everything. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my sandwich.
Damn, someone jacked your shit.
Could have been my bitch brother. I don't know.
Damn, who
could
ate it that fast?
Could have been Mike, who's also been up for a week at a time now, just like, "I'm gonna eat this sandwich."
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, it could have been Raj. Maybe he fucking slipped it in his pocket when he walked in.
Can't sleep it. Raj was a crazy guy. Yeah. Raj is dead. He got hit by a SEPTA bus.
Oh, rest in peace, dude. That sucks on purpose.
No, he was down. I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken,
It was John Phillips.
Broad and Clearfield. And he got hit by the SEPTA bus right there. And then he got his pockets run while I was on the ground.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks, dude. Rest in peace, Raj.
Yeah, Raj is a cool fella.
I'm glad you got to beat fucking Matt's ass for fucking your girlfriend.
Now looking back on it, he was the most thorough of people I know.
Yeah.
He found out his best friend was fucking his girl, made his best friend drive him to go get drugs, and then immediately went into go mode and had the goal of, "I'm going to kick this kid's ass now," and stole his car, chased him down and kicked his ass. It's by far the coolest. I've never done anything that cool.
Me neither. If I had a girlfriend that I was like in love with and Logan fucked my girlfriend, I'd probably stab him to death. I would literally burn his head. Like I don't know what Raj and Matt's relationship is, but Logan and I are like formed into one person almost. You know what I mean? Like we're like one being, and it's like that would literally I think I would kill him. I think I would genuinely kill him.
It's funny. I like it.
I'd be like, "Wow, I can't believe you've done this," and then fucking burn his apartment down.
Yeah, that is like, again, a testament to how awesome Raj was. He's like, "I'm not going to kill this fellow. I'm just going to beat him."
Yeah.
Yeah, because stabbing, I feel is probably a common sentiment. Most people would feel like, "I'm going to kill this person."
Dude, I lived in, I guess I didn't live there. I was there for one season. I was on a farm in California, and fucking, it was like we were in Humboldt County, so we're up in the mountains, and there's like 3 other properties up on the way, or like 3 other like split offs from our driveway or whatever. And the one dude, Ginger John, he lived in the last one before you went into our gate. Like he lived like back there, and nothing I said just made any sense. But this guy lived on the same mountain as us, pretty much. That was our friend. That's kind of how I could have said it. He found out that his best friend, his like actual best friend, was fucking his wife. So he went to his house and knocked on his door, and then his son answered. He's like, "Hey, buddy," like, you know, he like knows the family and shit. He's like, "Hey, buddy, can you go to your dad's?" His kid's like, "Yeah," and he goes and gets his dad, and the dude just shoots him immediately. My friend Ginger John, and for whatever I don't know why, but we were Tree and I were fishing. We were out on the bay in a kayak, and like our actual boss calls us and is like, "Yeah, there's a bunch of cops on the farm. Like, watch out." And I go, "Did you just say there's cops on the farm?" He goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, Ginger John fucking kill somebody? And then he gets off the phone, and then the guy calls him back, and he's like, "Yeah, there's a bunch of cops with guns on the farm in like a standoff with John right now because he just went and shot his best friend and then drove back to the farm, and he's trying to get his wife to come back so he can kill her." I was like, that's crazy. How did I know that?
Some people are about that life.
Yeah, dude. And like when that happened, I was like, damn, I would never do that over a bitch. But like if I killed Logan over a girlfriend, that's like I'm closer to Logan than I would ever be to like a wife, even honestly. So like That would be like sacrilegious, dude.
So like you're saying you'd be more mad if it was Logan.
For
Then like
sure.
then like so yeah, it's like if it was like me for instance, you'd be like, I'm not gonna kill him. But if it's
Yeah.
Logan, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was you, I'd be like, damn, I don't like John Nagel anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But not if it's Logan, you have I get it, you almost have to because
Yeah.
like I understand.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
fair.
It's like
You have to.
he has to be eliminated now.
Oh.
I'm sure he would do the same thing.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to put it out there. I never sleep with guys' girlfriends. I find that unattractive when I find out a chick has a girlfriend and she's flirting with other guys.
Dude, I'm
I
just
find
too-
that unattractive.
I'm just too sensitive. It makes me. I've been cheated on. It makes me sad, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it to somebody.
Oh, dude, so sad. Oh yeah, I've been
mean,
cheated on a bunch.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's bad news bears, dude.
Yeah.
But you know what? We ride on, John Nagel.
We keep riding. We keep riding.
We keep riding.
Yeah. one day there's an angel.
Well,
Nah, I have an angel.
yeah, I was
lady.
gonna say you have a wonderful
Yeah,
girlfriend.
she's great. I love her.
Your
She's
girlfriend
great.
rocks.
Yeah, she's rad.
Comes out to comedy, has fun. She's a nice lady.
Yeah. She has friends who've been comedians her whole life, so she's been like around comedy scenes her whole life. So she's actually like rad with it. It's very cool.
Yeah,
Has a good sense of humor.
yeah.
I've never gotten a bad response from a joke from her. Like every joke I've ever read, she's never been like, I hate that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She really likes
That's
you.
how much she likes me.
Because
Yeah.
I've heard some jokes from you, and I'm like, ah.
exactly.
I'm sure the same here.
Exactly. Dude, there's been jokes I read to her and be like, that was garbage. She's like, I love that. I'm like, that was garbage.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I was reading today. It was just my mom was talking to her about it. That I watched King of the Hill. I love King
Oh,
of the
I
Hill.
fucking love King of the Hill.
My
dude.
favorite. Dude, I grew.
That's
I love it.
that's a comfort show for me.
That dude, I
Like that
love
show's gotten me through some like scary fucking psychedelic experiences.
the most nostalgic thing in my
Yeah.
life. And they're making new King of the Hill.
I
You know that,
know.
right? Super stoked about it.
Yeah.
You just hear John Redcorn died.
John Redcorn died.
Dude,
Dale Gribble died
that's
like a
crazy.
year ago.
Yeah. Did you hear how he died?
Yeah, dude, his neighbor like shot him
Yeah.
for being gay and like killed his dog and shit. Put like the skull in his.
Yeah. I was
Yard.
listening to. So apparently, new stuff came out.
Oh, really? I haven't seen
Apparently,
any
he
new
was
stuff.
walking up the street high on meth with a pitchfork.
John
and his-
Redcorn was.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But then his one neighbor said he just does it all the time. He's been doing it for years. We hate it, but he just does it. And then apparently this one night,
was he a
the one-
tweaker?
Huh?
Was he a tweaker?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Apparently.
Oh,
Yeah. And
damn, that's sad.
and so I don't want to put that out there as a definite fact, but I believe that's the story. And apparently this one night, one random neighbor, just like Ginger John, was like, he's like, I'm gonna go kill this guy. Oh wait, but yeah, he just killed him. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Go man.
I thought it was like a hate crime because he was gay.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know. I was watching this thing earlier, and apparently, that was some more stuff that came out about it.
Oh, no,
And I was like,
dude.
dude, John Redcorn. I fucking love John Redcorn.
I hate
He's
you.
kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I love him in the fact that he's part of my universe.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
But honestly,
I mean, I love fucking Peggy, even though she's the worst person ever. Are you like a Peggy hater?
I don't really. Oh yeah, Peggy's not great.
No.
What Dale's wife is, Nancy's the worst. She's the
Oh,
worst in the
yeah.
whole show. I mean, she's just floozy. Yeah,
She's hot though, dude.
yeah. I'm a big Bobby guy. I'm a big straight Bobby guy.
Yeah.
I stay in the Hank, Dale, Boomhauer, and Bobby. This is my boys.
Yeah.
Although I grew a new appreciation for Khan as an adult.
Con rocks. Dude,
Dude,
Con
Con.
is so fucking funny.
Khan is a sleeper. Sleeper
rules.
Yeah, he's great.
He
dude.
says some fuck shit. Dude.
Yeah.
He says some crazy shit.
Like Khan. There's a little Khan in all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. I like Luann, dude. Not even just like because she's hot or supposed to be hot.
Luann is hot. All right, we're gonna break the mold. It's hot. All right.
But she like, dude. I guess it's the same kind of thing with Bobby. Like the noises that she makes and shit. I think I just love both the voice actors for Bobby and Luann so much. Like Pamela Adlon and Brittany Murphy. Like they like
R.I.P. Brittany.
the manger babies, dude, and shit. Like just the noises she makes and shit is so funny.
Yeah, Manger Baby was just ripping my memories, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I love that show so fucking much.
Dude, Propaniacs.
I cannot wait for that show to come.
Do you think it's gonna be good?
Yeah. Was
Like-
Mike Judge have anything to do with it?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Mike
then,
Judge.
I hope so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If he's doing it, then I imagine so.
I hope it's good, dude.
Dude, I can't wait.
I'm always scared. Like, I got into Trailer Park Boys when they first got put on Netflix. Like, bro, that's probably when everybody else got into them too. I was like, oh, this show rocks, and it ended off the 7th season. And the 7th season, I think it was good all the way through, and then Netflix revamped it, and it was like not good. I did not like it anymore. So I hope they don't do the same with
Dude,
King of
well,
Hill.
well,
But I
my-
don't know if that's like even possible.
I have a Strickland propane shirt. I'm so pissed I'm not wearing it right now.
Oh, dude, I
It's one
want a
of my prized
Strickland
shirts.
propane shirt.
Yeah, I ordered it offline. One of my prize shirts, dude. I'm
Yeah.
so mad. It would be perfect right now.
Yeah, it will be. That rocks. Dang it, John.
Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Fuck.
Dang it, John Nagel.
Dude, I love that show so much.
I remember, like as a kid, I didn't love it, and then I think my older sister would watch it, and then like when I was like a teenager, and I was like, oh, this show's actually hilarious. Like it's like, I don't know, it's crazy.
I had a weird
It's
situation.
also like sentimental, I guess, now too.
Like I lived up in like a kind of rural area, and behind us was a house that got rented by two engineers. But at the time they were like 26, but I was a kid. But they just adults to me, right? But I would go back there every day because like they were like wealthy and like worked from home a lot.
Yeah.
And I go back there and like make them play wiffle ball with me. Dude, they taught me how to do a lot of like different types of hunting. They taught me how to like make bullets.
That's
Load
awesome.
bullets. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they taught me some cool stuff.
And they weren't creeps.
Never molested me, dude. Isn't that
Uh-huh.
amazing? I fell asleep on their couches watching King of the Hill all the time. So like that's how I got into King of the Hill, was through those guys. And I can't never touched me
Never
one
woke
time.
up sore or nothing.
Never one time, dude.
Wow.
Like to this day, like I love those guys. They're like
That's great, dude.
Yeah.
I hung out with like, this was more when I was a teenager, but I would hang out with like a bunch of like dudes like, yeah, like 26 and shit, and I was like, didn't seem weird, but like even when I was like 18, I would never hang out with a 14-year-old kid. Like it's so weird to think about.
yeah, they were probably like they're like late 20s at that point, and I was like below 10.
Yeah, that's super weird. I mean, it's cool that,
Yeah.
that
I
you
think
were
back
not
on,
molested.
I think back on it, and I'm like, man, I'm happy I got out of it. And they were like, what are the chances, you know?
Now that you're an adult, like, what kind of guys were they? Were they like cool dudes, or were they like nerds, or
They're,
like?
yeah, one's actually one of the smartest people I know. He was an engineer. I actually just went to his son's funeral.
Oh,
Like last year, he crashed his
Jesus
motorcycle.
Christ, dude.
Yeah, sad. And the other guy is
isn't it crazy when you're like from weird places, like everyone you know is dead?
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
I know so many fucking dead people, dude. It's
called
ridiculous.
my high school class.
Yeah, literally. So many people from Abington. Like, if you don't leave Abington and just become like a fat guy with a fat wife, you die of heroin.
Yeah, by the time I like made it to like 23, like everyone I hung out with, like my crew in high school, there was only like 3 of us left.
Damn. Yeah, my like tight crew. One is got our house raided that we all lived in for child pornography, so he's essentially dead. And the other one's the guy that I see on Broad, but everyone else is pretty like solid.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, some
but everyone around us is fucking dead.
yeah, dude, lost a lot of warriors, dude. now they just turn into zombies.
Yeah. How many people from high school that you heard died that you were like, meh?
I've become jaded with death. I've been to so many funerals, but do you mean like I'm not surprised? Like, yeah, checks out.
Yeah,
A few.
yeah.
Yeah.
Were there any
Like I was like
surprises?
expecting it. Yeah.
Were there any surprises?
Yeah. You always catch some surprises.
Yeah.
My one best friend died, and I surprised shit on me. He's the guy who got me sober, but that wasn't from high
Damn,
school.
dude. That's a shitty guy.
Yeah, I
to
gotta stop
die.
bringing up death. That's what happens though if you're in like a drug scene and then you enter a sobriety scene,
Yeah.
you're gonna go to a crazy amount of funerals.
Yeah, for sure.
You become like
Because
super jaded.
how, was he clean before he died?
Yeah,
How long?
like 6 years, I think.
Damn.
Yeah,
And then did he overdose?
yeah. He ended up like getting back into crack, and his heart exploded, and then he became a vegetable for a week. And
Jesus
then we pulled the
Christ! I
plug.
didn't know that you could overdose on crack.
Yeah, his heart exploded.
Holy
so
fuck!
like that's what killed him. So
That's crazy.
technically kind of an overdose. Yeah.
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 Wow.
I was like, I remember when I heard it, I was like, what do you mean he just, like, what do you mean he overdosed on crack? Like, I remember, like, thinking that too.
Yeah, being like, how does that even happen? I didn't
Yeah.
know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's
Blew
fucking
my mind.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, well, I'm sorry. That was your best friend.
Yeah, he was I mean, I had a couple. My other one died before that. You know,
Jesus.
don't become best friends with me, George. He's a bad lineup, brother.
Dude, with how things are going, I might want to be your best friend.
if you need a Kevorkian type assistance,
yeah,
come on.
yeah, fucking that. What are you doing, dude? You're like, yeah, all my everybody who was around me when I was a kid is dead now. Jesus.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, fucking A.
Oh yeah, that's the sad part about like that community though. Is like you'll be in a black suit a lot.
Yeah.
It's cool though. It makes you more of a stoic though. You know.
Yes. Really, it just makes you more run down after a while. You're just like, Jesus, just fucking beaten down, dude.
Yeah, dude. You know, so I blamed it on me becoming jaded as an individual. But then as I'm growing older, I just like, I'm also like weirdly don't like socially awkward because I found out I don't know how to like act in funerals, even though I've been to well over 100 funerals, I can safely say. Like I was just at one of my old friends' funerals like a month ago. He was actually one of my old sponsors, and I haven't seen him in a couple of years. But then I went there, and then I talked about it on stage. But I went there, and I like was next in line to like talk to his wife, who I'm friends with, and I haven't seen her in a couple of years. And as she saw me, she says, "Hi, John." I said, "Hey, Sam, how you doing?" And I'm like, dude, she is crying, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, that's a bad thing." I was like, I don't remember what I said after that. I like fixed it, but I was like in my head, like fucking idiot, you know, like I don't know how to act at fucking funerals, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, the last funeral I was at was my grandma's, and that was a while ago, and I was like, had dreadlocks, and I was just like sitting there. And people were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm the grandson." And they're like, "Oh, weird." And I was like, "I don't know what to do here." Like, I saw my dad almost cry while he was reading. He was like, I was like, "This is, you're gay." I was like, "This is weird." Like, I wasn't like close with her or anything. And she's just like dead sitting in the front of the room. It's like all made up and shit. Yeah, I feel you. I'm like, this is weird. People are like, "How are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. How are you?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot my grandma's." You just went and talked to a fucking dead body.
Dude, I remember like the first time I heard about somebody dying, it was like my one grandma when I was like 8 years old, and my mom came in the room and told me about it. And then I remember she left the room, and I went under my desk and I started like making myself cry because I knew that's what people were supposed to do, even though I wasn't sad because I didn't really know my grandma. But I remember making myself cry because I was like, I thought people were supposed to do. I was like supposed to be sad, but I wasn't. And then I got sad that I wasn't sad. Remember that?
Wow, and that's why we got into substances. You're like, these will give me feelings.
It's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm much more. I have a lot more feelings.
Yeah, dude. I remember. Thank God I can smoke pot and it doesn't like lead me into any other shit. Because I know people that can't get out of anything. You know. Now I'm scared. Oh my God. Hello.
Babes, you back? Nice.
How you a milkshake?
You got me a milkshake?
Oh my God. No.
Oh my goodness. Do you want some or can you not have
No,
some?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We were just talking about. You're good. We were just talking about George's lactose intolerant.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't get you one then.
Yeah.
But he had one the other day and he said he survived.
From Shake Shack. I was hanging out with my friend the other day, and he like showed me like a funny text his girlfriend sent him, and then like on top of it was them being like, "Oh, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I miss you," and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And I handed it back to him, and he was like, "You're an asshole." I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Fuck you. What? I can't enjoy like having a girlfriend." And I was like, "No, I'm being dead serious." And like, it's like I didn't realize how much of an asshole I am that I had to like reiterate so many times that I'm like, I'm being serious. I was like, it took me to being like, no, dude, I wish I had that for him to be like, oh, okay, you are being serious.
Some people are weird though. And like
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking wonderful.
Some people can't take good intentioned compliments or like actions like that. They think you're fucking with them.
Yeah, but so many people think like feel that way about me.
Particularly yeah. I mean, you don't come off as the most vibrantly friendly person, I suppose. You're stoic-y.
You know what Logan told me yesterday?
What's that?
He goes, I was talking to him about Funniest, and he goes, just remember, and he's being dead serious. He goes, just remember to smile. And like, it's ridiculous that I told Fry that, and Fry goes, "That's hard. That's like so sad. Somebody has to tell you that." And I was like, "I know, but it's like, it's true. Like, I'll be on stage, and like Logan's like, if I'll bomb or whatever, and Logan's like, yeah, dude, you just look bored. Like, you don't look like you're having fun. Like, how are people gonna want to have fun if you're not also having fun?" And like yesterday, I went up and I was like, I swear to God, I'm fucking happy. And then like, I had a good set. And immediately I was outside smoking cigarettes, like, I want to fucking blow my head off. Just saying that shit sucks.
It's like, now I have to fucking smile during every set.
Yeah. But it's like, it's crazy that that's like my whole friend, like, dude, I didn't even realize that either. I always thought that like I had like a smile on my face. I was like, oh, like people think of me as like a cheery guy. And then like all my friends were like, no, dude, like you do not smile all the time. And you're like, it's like, hard, like it's like hard for you to smile. And I was like, I never realized that.
Do you remember when I was like, yo, you remind me of the Crow?
Yeah.
It's not only even in just like look, it's like very much demeanor as well. It's very funny. You're like the opposite of flamboyant.
Yeah, I guess emo is kind of flamboyant, but like, I don't know, I'm just like a
Because
fucking,
emo's kind of, it is.
I'm like
yeah,
a miserable sad sack of shit, pretty much. Like, the dude in the Crow wasn't stoked. He was like, I want to die, but I'm also not going to die because I have superpowers.
I mean, it depends on what friend you're complimenting also. Because like, for example, Sean O'Shaughnessy, he, like, if you go up to Sean O'Shaughnessy and you're like, hey man, I'm praying for you, you know? But if you actually meet, he will think he's got a conversation. He's like, my friend says he's praying for me, and I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if he really means the best for you? He's like, nah. You know, I was like, wow, Sean just can't take a compliment from a friend. You know, some people just can't take compliments. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But I think after, so like random people will tell me that. Like, I hooked up with a girl, and like the first thing she said to me was, she was like, "Hey, do you ever smile?" And I was like, I thought I'd been smiling this whole time. And she was like, no, like, you look like an asshole. I was like, oh, that sucks. I did not realize that. Like, so, it's a lot. It's just like, I don't know if everyone just got comfortable enough with me to tell me this, but this is like a new installment, like 6 months ago in my life that I was like, oh, I look mad all the time.
People are like, why does Good Samaritan smile more than you? You know?
Yeah, literally, dude.
Nah.
But like, that was the thing, like, growing up too, my dad was like that. Like, everyone always said that about my dad. They were like, yeah, he's like, your dad seems angry. Like, he's not angry. And like, people would like, all like, if you had family parties, everyone's like, oh, look at Martin, like annoyed over there, and he's like, I'm having a good time. But he's just like, he just like looks like, I don't know, like,
Arabs, I feel like, kind of give off that vibe of like historically angry, you know?
yeah, my dad looks like a white guy though.
Oh,
Like, my dad looks like an older you kind of.
and why? So what happened to you?
He's still Arab. You know. He's still an Arab guy. He just got lucky, I guess. But like, it was always a thing when I was a kid that was like, if my dad laughed out loud, it was like, oh, that's crazy.
That's funny. Sorry to hear that about your dad. He sounds like a
Sorry
man.
to hear that he's
Sounds
Arab.
like a man.
It's fine. I'm okay with it.
That too.
He's a nice guy. It's all right.
I was gonna say, he sounded like a man just needed a hug, but yeah, honestly, he sounded like he got out of a rough situation rather well. So
No, he's a nice guy.
yeah.
He's not like a beating my mom and the kids Arab guy. He's not like Muslim or nothing. He's a Christian guy.
I'm sorry.
My mom shows her hair and stuff, you know.
No, that's great, dude.
She drives the car. She reads a lot of books too. He did it, and he's all right. They've been to all my funniest. Dude, this is fucking the third one they've been to.
Good.
I asked my mom if they wanted to go. My mom goes, are we gonna see the same jokes?
I love how your mom is like low key, just kind of a bitch to you. It's
Yeah,
fun.
dude.
It's fun.
Yeah, for sure. She is all the time.
She's like a tiger mom.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like always like just fucking stabs, dude. It's like little, like if she had the box cutter just like pointed out a little bit, she's like, it's like just enough to like annoy you.
Yeah, a little prick.
And like eventually I'm like, I get a turn like 12 again. I'm like, shut up, Mom, stop. She's like, what did I do? And I'm like, oh God, dude, just so good at gaslighting. It's the best.
Gaslighting's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like gaslighting?
I'm not like smart enough to really do it. I'll like lose track of like what I'm trying to do while I'm doing it.
I'm not smart enough to like manipulate people, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just
Dude, I've like definitely tried like manipulative tactics, and then it's ended up, and then like I like realize what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, that's mean. Like, I didn't realize I was doing that. That's crazy.
yeah. I guess if you know you like. Yeah, to go into something like I am going to manipulate this person, and that's kind of psychotic.
Yeah. I've never done that, but I've definitely like caught myself being like, just like saying shit that's like, I guess like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. Because like, if you're in the heat of a moment and then like you manipulate somebody unwilling, like you're like end up like just lying and like, oh, that's a scumbag thing to do.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I
if
would
you
do
like
that all the
go
time
into
when
a
I
situation, like I'm gonna.
was like trying to like save my relationship. I was like lying all the time. I was like saying I'm not drinking as much as I was, and like picking her up and being drunk and driving and shit. And it's like that's manipulation, right? That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, dude.
it's not fun to do.
Yeah, I'm sure she was. I'm sure she was an angel, and you were just an asshole. Yeah,
Kind of
Yeah.
a little bit.
that's all right.
Yeah, dude. Once I remember like the when I knew like the last time she was at my house, she was my girlfriend, and I knew that it was like done. Is I drank Steel Reserve, and I would just get two tall boy 6-packs, and I had a mini fridge in my bedroom, and I would just like sit in my bed and just fucking drink all day, and I would just put like if it was the last one, I would just put the plastic into the fridge. And I remember one time she made treats for my dog, and she was like, oh, I made auto treats, and she was like, I'm gonna put them in the fridge, and I remember being like, like fuck, I don't want to open up that fridge, and then like I can't just like kick it closed. She opened it, and it's just dude, like probably like 50 to like 60 of the plastic things fell out of the fridge, and she was like, what the fuck? She's like, what is like? And I was like, oh no, that's from like a lot. It's from like a long time. And she was like, doesn't matter. Like, why is that what your fridge looks like? And then I remember standing at the end of the bed while she was just like she didn't talk to me, and she was just sitting on the bed just like silent, and I was just like cutting those plastic things and throwing them in the trash. It's like, I think this is done, dude. Pretty sure this is not gonna work anymore.
Why were you cutting them? Because like that,
To save the turtles.
like was that a thing you did, or were you doing it to make her happy? like you're like, maybe there's a chance if she sees I care about these turtles.
Probably again back to I don't know if I'm doing it or not. I probably was. Dude.
If she sees I'm killing the turtles, also I have no shot. But,
Yeah.
well, that's yeah. I mean, it's reasonable. So you got sober after you guys broke up then?
Yeah.
That's great determination. You're like a gym bro, but for getting sober.
Yeah, exactly. And then now I'm like, why do they do that? Well, I didn't get sober because of her. I didn't get sober till like, was I 20? How old am I? I'm 28 now. So I guess I was 27 when I got sober. No. 20, like right before 20. Who fucking cares? It doesn't matter. But
I don't have a coin for you.
it had been years after we were together that I got sober. I got sober because I started doing comedy, and then I was just like so hammered all the time. And like Logan would call me at like 11 o'clock in the morning and be like, yo, like on the weekends, and be like, yo, like let's like you want to come over, let's write, and like let's just like try to get some shit done or whatever. And I'd be like, yeah, but I can't drive. Like I'm hammered right now, and then like still end up driving to a fucking mic later and driving home wasted and crashing two of my cars and fucking lame shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's cool though.
I crashed 2 cars before I got sober. That sucks.
I think it's cool. I mean, it's not cool you did it, but it's cool that like I could totally relate to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like like you saying it's cool, I'm not like, ew, that's annoying. I'm like, you're also a guy who went through probably a lot more than me. You're older than me, and you, I feel
Yeah,
like.
I did different. Yeah, I was like different rodeos as well. But
Yeah.
but I did some stuff like that. Yeah, yeah.
I was just like, from like, I started drinking like heavily when I was like 18, and then it started like really bad when I turned 21 because I was able to buy alcohol now. Like I didn't have to like, I would ask my girlfriend because she was older than me and to buy me alcohol when I was like 19, 20, and like sometimes she would, and sometimes she'd be like, no, I'm not drinking tonight, so you're not gonna just get hammered. And then I turned 21, and I was just like always had a fucking little flask of Jim Beam.
Yeah, like when I was 18, like I didn't have any like plans to go to college, and
Nah, I didn't go to college.
I was like, actually, my goal, like it was, it's crazy that this is legitimately my mindset, but I was like planning on, like, I shit you not, I was like, in my head, I was like, I am the Pablo Escobar of Horsham, and like I will be able to like succeed. Like but I was crushing it up until like 18. Like I was gonna buy they just started making Mustangs and stuff, and I was like gonna buy one of those gay Mustangs, and I like saved up like 18 grand.
Damn.
And
I had no money when I was 18. I was
yeah,
traveling.
like I was crushing it, and then I started like selling oxys, and then like I started doing them, and like all evaporated, and then like
That's like when it like really first started.
yeah,
Was when like 18.
yeah,
Yeah, I like I don't know what it is. Like I've done a lot of drugs and like have done them like multiple days in a row, and I've always been able to like wake up and be like, no, that was fun. But like drinking was like I don't know why. It was just like fucked.
yeah. Once you start drinking when you wake up, you're in a bad way.
Yeah. Yeah, that was literally the first thing I would do. It would I would either throw up and then start drinking, or drink and then throw up and then start drinking.
Yeah, because there's no solution to drinking besides sleeping.
Yeah.
You know, so like if you start drinking immediately, like the only solution to that is like at some point in the day you're going to have to go to sleep if you want to be like soberish again.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to be sober. I don't want to be fucking sober
Yeah.
again now, but
Yeah, but like you are
just
just
know
always in that. You can't get out of it. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah.
and like back to like you start being like weird, like when you're like just fucked up for so like we know people in the fucking comedy scene who are just like wet brain, and you're like, Jesus Christ, dude, like being around this guy is fucked. Holy shit.
I'm surprised there aren't more.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are like sober kind of in the comedy scene now.
I feel like there's definitely yeah. Okay, yeah. Actually, now you're thinking about it, there are more sober people than you think. But in my head up, it's like I feel like there'd be more like more drug addicts than teachers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
like,
guess, we were saying, I guess it's like drug addicts don't care as much. Like we were saying, teachers get into teaching because they want somebody to listen to them, and then they got a bunch of kids who were like, nah, fuck you, teach, and like, you suck, blow me, and then they're like, okay, I can't get these kids to listen to me. We go to an open mic where the fucking somebody literally tells people to listen to you.
yeah, I guess it's because you look at all the greats and you're like, this person was tormented by cocaine and heroin, you know?
Yeah.
And then like you're like, it just only makes sense that there'd be more drug addicts. But no, it's actually just teachers
Yeah.
and teachers. It's literally all teachers. But yeah.
Teachers and lawyers.
Yeah.
I met four lawyers, and I'm like, why are you here taking up time then? Go be a fucking lawyer. You
That-
have money.
Is something. That is something.
There's
yes.
There's not even just lawyers. There's a lot of people taking up fucking time. Dude. There are a lot of people that you just watch and you're like, why are you here? Like you could, this could be better if you weren't here.
Correct.
Like
100%.
you're making this uncomfortable for everybody.
Yeah, like you want to stay in the realm of like
I'm sure there's people who think that about me as well.
maybe. I don't know. I don't think so.
Probably.
Actually, I'm probably sure everyone thinks that at least about somebody.
Yeah,
Think
I was
about
gonna say,
that.
there's,
Yeah, you want to be in the realm of like, oh, I want to be supportive of everyone. Like, I just want, if this makes that person happy or something for them to do, But then also in like some ways, like this person's eating up air
Yeah.
right now and time. I got somewhere to be. I get
Literally.
that. And like, yeah, and
Like I'm spending my life trying to do this shit, and like when a person is just up there, like not like Like if it's not, if you can know that it's not what they want to do, it's fucking annoying. Honestly, like it's just like you're literally just here to what? For what? Like I spend so much time, whether I'm at a mic or fucking a club or fucking doing a podcast. Like this is literally my life, and this is what I want to do with my life. And then, like I have to sit in a room and wait for you, and you're just like you said, just like taking up fucking air, and like you don't put work in. You go to one place. I hate that. Why are you here all the time?
Yeah,
There's nothing you're building here.
Yeah, you mean like going to the once a week? Yeah, that's not going to take off.
No. But it doesn't matter to other people. But like, to people who like want it that bad, it's like this is annoying. Like I'm trying. Like I have
that's more of a problem.
Jokes
I honestly think is with the people who run mics and shows. I don't get it half the time.
Yeah.
I don't understand the method to the madness half the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They just like they like certain people, so they put those people on the show. But some of those people that they like are like, this is all they do it for fun. They're cool with local shows forever.
Oh, dude, sometimes it's crazy. Oh, dude, it was the last time I was at Raven like 2 weeks ago because they're closed last week. Dude, I was sitting there. It was like I was trying to get out of there. It was like 5 up until May, and it was just 5 people I've never seen. And dude, it was the most crickets for like 25 minutes. The room couldn't have been more of a worse room.
Dude, it's
you know
fucking
what I'm saying?
crazy.
And I went up there and like did pretty well. Got off. I'm like, oh, I'm going home. But it's just crazy that I was like, dude, why? Why are who were these people and why am I sitting through this right now? I'm here every week. And it's like it makes you feel like pompous and you don't want to think that way. But then like if you're sitting there and like it's like you're like if I was like, man, I would just maybe switch this up if I was that's the way this is going right now. Like I don't know the method of half the madness of any mic. So like I feel like half the shows are like that. Like it's like I don't get it. But that's really a problem with like different peoples and rooms.
But also,
I don't have a problem with Raven. That's one of my favorite rooms in the world. Actually. It's not. I love it there.
Yeah. But like you said, like it does feel kind of pompous because what you're doing. I mean, you're going to literally anybody can sign up. It's not like we're like, oh, we're here because we're fucking better than this guy or this guy. It's like, no, we signed up, and this guy told us when we're allowed to go up. Like, and then like people come in and they're like, I lost my fantasy football league. Now I have to do stand-up comedy, and I'm like,
that's rough.
I'm like, this is literally my life, you motherfucker.
I told Joe G that Joe G walked up to me the other week and he's like, yeah, I'll put you 12th. I was like, dude, you can put me first or last. I'm gonna crush. And that's just like the kind of the mindset I keep or try and keep.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like the only thing because that otherwise you get resentful. I like remember a couple nights I did get resentful, so it's like that's just mindset like try and keep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're going to a mic and you're there 5 weeks in a row and they put you up last 5 weeks in a row, then I would just stop going to that mic.
Yeah,
you know,
that's definitely shitty. But like, dude, I have so many people like I've never. I'll bitch to like my friends if we're outside and I'm like, oh man, like it's getting late, like whatever. But like, I've never gone over to a host, no matter who they are, and been like, what the fuck? Like, when am I up? When am I up? I've probably asked when am I up, and I get the answer, and then you don't ask again, dude. It's fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And then people who come in and don't have the mindset of like this is what I want to do, or they're like, oh, I just want to do some jokes on stage, and then they're the ones who bitch like all the time. It's like random people and shit, dude.
That's
just
funny.
annoying.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I never, dude. I fucking never I never asked to like look at lists. It probably should sometimes. Like maybe it might help you get it faster, but like in my head, I'm like that's just such a. I hate being an annoyance.
Yeah,
you know that's
if
like
it's like
what
your
that
friend running the mic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then like, yeah, it's different, I guess. And not I guess it is different, but like, even then, if it's like if the room's cooking and there's like a lot of people and there's people bitching at the host, be the person who's not bitching at the host.
Yeah, they'll like you more.
Yeah,
dude, I could tell you, hosts hate that.
Yeah,
so
dude.
much.
Dude,
there's nothing a host hates more than people asking to go up earlier than when they're on the list.
Yeah.
Like if they are, especially if they're like a made list and then someone else, they hate that shit.
Yeah,
can't stand it.
Dude, when I first started doing comedy, I would go to 2 Street and Raven, and 2 Street they were pretty nice to me actually. Like they wouldn't like. Sometimes you get buried, and it would just fucking happen, you know. There's like whatever, but at Raven, dude, I would get there at like 8 o'clock usually, and then go up at like 2:30, and get like All right, guys. We're already past closing time, so everybody gets 2 minutes now. There's 5 people left, and it's like the people in the room are the 5 people waiting to go up. And like, in my brain, I was like, this is what it is. I just started. They don't know me. Like I was like, I just assumed that's like what happened. And that happened for a really fucking long time. And then I'm at where I'm at now, and I hear people bitching who like are like 9 months in, a year, and I'm like, what? What the fuck are you bitching about, dude?
Dude.
Also, that doesn't happen anymore, really. I know, Raven Lounge, I guess it still happens.
Yeah, but I did the exact same thing because my first couple were like Raven Lounge. Well, I did Grape Room a couple times before it closed, but the first couple were like Raven Lounge. And dude, it was like I was showing up. It's like I'm gonna get on the list early and stuff. And like by the third time, I was like, I don't know if this list goes in order, guys. Like,
No.
I was like, it's 1 a.m. again.
Yeah. Raven Lounge, they used to run it like they would put you up late a bunch of weeks in a row, and then they'd give you a good spot. And then if you did well, then actually it didn't really matter how you did. Even if you did well, they'd probably put you up late next week anyway. But
That's exactly how I was. I tell people that I was like, dude, if you go up there and you're new, like there's a shot in the first couple of weeks you'll go up early.
yeah,
And then you probably never go up early again.
yeah,
Yeah.
for a while at
Yeah, a
least.
couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my friends run. When my friends run a mic, unless the room is like super sick, I'm like, yeah, put me at the end. Like I don't even care.
Yeah, no,
It's
yeah.
cool because a lot of my friends run the mics now.
Yeah. Unless there's like a crazy crowd for some reason that you
Yeah.
want to work, but
Like Topside, Zayd runs that dude. That bar fucking cooks. That shit's fun. That's like a show, like a showcase almost.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, I wouldn't be like asking Zayd to put me early and shit. I'll be like, put me wherever.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
no, yeah. I'm not a fan of asking people because then like you owe them something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
have to do good. And I feel like the karma's against you at that point as well.
I
I feel like everyone I've ever seen asked to go up early, like generally karma hits them fast. Like
Yeah.
there's like a weird
Yeah,
like
'cause
glitch
you-
in the system for that.
because you're going in like cocky.
A little bit.
And I feel like there is a way to go in cocky that you're like, that's different than like being like actually cocky. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. But
No, it makes perfect sense. Like when I like going to mics, especially after I like recording this podcast, because I'm already like just talking and stuff.
yeah,
So I'll like go into it. I'm like I'm fluid and loose, like kind of cocky. But like if I'm ever like just like some nights I'll be like it'll be a cocky. I'm like I'm gonna go up here and crush tonight. Crickets, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just how it's just weird. I don't know.
I have to be like giddy almost
Yeah.
for it to be like good.
Yeah. I have to get less giddy. You know how you have to remember to smile? I got to remember to not laugh as
Yeah, but
much.
that's like a nervous thing, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I just laugh.
It just happens.
I look at recordings of myself. I was like, I should do like a little less laughing there.
Yeah.
You know?
I was actually thinking that at bar 13 when I saw you. I was like, yeah, he's laughing a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I watched a couple tapes myself, and I'm like, I gotta stop laughing so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a crutch almost.
Yeah. It's good
Like a little
filler.
bit. I mean,
yeah.
I say like, I'll watch a tape and I'll be like, I said dude fucking 85 times,
Yeah.
like in a sentence.
like
I say like a
It's
lot.
almost like a filler.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff I generally do laugh, but then sometimes I'll be like, why am I? It's like too many laughs there.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't
Yeah.
feel. Yeah. I'm like the same way.
There's a bunch of shit like that.
Yeah.
I have to work out as well.
Yeah. Little things.
Yeah. That's why we do it though. I mean, you're out almost every night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I see you at a lot of places.
Yeah, I mean, like I generally like will switch up. Like I'll like after like a month or so, I'll switch a Tuesday one up to a different one or like a Wednesday like that. For example, yeah, 13. Like wasn't there before. That was the first time I was there.
Yeah, that was
too.
the first time I was there
So
too.
like now I'm probably gonna hit that for like a couple months or
Yeah.
something like that because it's fun. Because then I can like I can rip some shit from like 4 months ago, just like a layup, you know. I don't
Yeah,
have-
exactly. That
'cause,
room's
like-
usually like has people in it too.
yeah. I don't like going like. And when I was at last night, it's like I've been there like 4 weeks in a row. So like I've come up in the past 4 weeks, I've probably come up with like 7 or 8 minutes of stuff I like really like. You know, it's
Yeah.
fun. But then if I've been there 4 weeks in a row, it's like I can't just keep ripping that. You know,
Yeah,
you feel
for
pressure.
sure.
So I like that. I like bar 13. I'm gonna run that for a little bit and then hop around. That's the key for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about going to the same place each week. Do you like watching Do you like watch someone do like a mic and that's all comics and then they run the same set that you've heard like 100 times?
Do I
you
like that?
Yeah.
No, I hate it.
I find it weird, so I
Yeah.
don't want to do that. Yeah.
But I mean,
I understand the practice, and it's probably they're way better at that. They probably laugh less than me. You know?
I do like seeing somebody work a joke. Like if I heard like I've heard Ron Vincent do jokes at or like do the same joke at 3 mics in a row, but all different tags.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I like that. That's fucking that like he's literally working the joke, you know what I mean? That's cool. But like yeah, I've seen people just do literally the same joke.
Yeah.
Like the same jokes over and over again, and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing
Yeah,
here?
that's kind of I like that. I love watching. That's one of my favorite things actually is to watch that. Like that Saquon joke I've been doing for like 2 weeks, and now like I have like 2 tags I put on the end of it and like a good filler, but like it evolved. But now I have to stop doing it. But like watching somebody like 4 nights in a row like come up with like a different tag and like
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you're working. Like it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you
I like
watch.
that.
Yeah, if
It's
you
like-
watch someone be like, "Oh, that's fucking funny," but like if you watch someone like that's terrible, and like 4 nights later, you're like, "Holy shit, that's fucking funny."
yeah,
That's fucking amazing.
yeah, dude. Like somebody says a premise, and then like kind of has kind of a punchline. It bombs at wherever, and then the next time you see them, they say a premise that has a better punchline, still kind of bombs, but gets a little bit of laughs. You're like, okay, look at that. Next time you see him, it's like a good joke.
Mhm.
You're like, that's cool. I
Yeah.
like watching. Like
That's
I love
fun.
comedy. I love stand up. So it's like, and like I love like jokes. Like I like in my head like breaking down jokes and shit. It's cool
Mhm.
that like you can actually watch people. Not that I love sitting at mics and watching open mic comedy, but if there's anything you can get out of it, it is cool watching like another human being like building a joke.
That's what I struggle with honestly is the most is like watching people. I'm so bad at it. I'm like a bad supportive person.
It depends on what is going on. Like at Funniest last night, I was listening for the crowd's reactions and like kind of I was listening for a little bit of like the material, but like I couldn't tell you one fuck except for Brendan Burrow. I couldn't tell you one person's jokes from yesterday.
If I'm on a mic, I swear to God, everything turns into that like teacher from Snoopy. You know, it's like wah, wah, wah. Like I swear to God, that's
Yeah,
pretty much
for
what it
sure.
is. Just background noise. I can't pay attention to it anymore. Take this time. Oh, we cooked. We've been cooking.
Was this? I think I said a few funny things, but I feel like I turned it into like I was just talking about drawings.
No, it's fine. Dude, I mean, Otis was on here and it was just a conspiracy episode. You
Yeah.
know? So-
Yeah, but I'm sure Otis was being very funny while he was talking. I feel like I lost the funny at a certain point.
No.
It's just
Nah,
trauma
dude.
dumping on you because I'm like, I know he has cool stories too.
The whole time I was like, and then this person died. Today's episode is brought to you by our new sponsor, RWM Masonry. With all of your household needs in the Philadelphia area, contact RWM Masonry. Check them out on Instagram, rwmmasonry.com. Proud sponsors. All right.
Is that
Back to
real?
it. Yeah.
That rocks.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Whoa.
we're reaching out to the world. I've sent out like 7 requests for sponsorships of like weed distributors, tattoo shop. I've reached out to Delisandro's. They didn't even get back to
Yeah,
me.
of course.
That would have
The
been
line's
cool.
too long.
That would have been cool.
That would have been sick.
Yeah. But right at home, you know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're like right there, right?
Yeah, that would have been great. Well, I'll get them one day. They just don't understand the value yet.
Yeah,
But the great people over at RWM Masonry certainly do.
that's awesome.
RWM
Dude.
Masonry, contact. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, dude. And we can get back now. What time is it anyway? Oh, it's
8.
8, yeah. What time's your Stanhope show start?
It's probably started by now, but I don't care. That's fine. He's coming back tomorrow. He's at the club. I'll go to the club.
That's cool, man. Well, is there anything else you'd like to chat about? We could
Probably a whole lot of things, but I feel like I've been fucking yapping your ears off here,
Yeah.
dude.
all right. Let's run some plugs. Let's run
Some plugs. Let's try to do it in order. July. I already didn't do it in order. June.
I can hard edit this.
June 20th, I'll be at 13th Child, I think it's called, brewery in Siglerville, New Jersey. I'm headlining for like kind of the first time. I'm headlining somebody else's show for the first time. Cool, doing 20 minutes. It'll be very fun there. And then July 10th, I'll be in Atlanta Helium, dude, with Brotherly Laughs with my boy Logan, and we got all of our other friends. And then Brotherly Laughs like July 11th in Pottstown. That's a fucking crazy drive. And then July 24th, Brotherly Laughs in Philadelphia at Helium Comedy Club, dude. My heart. I love that place with everything. The Logan George Miller podcast with my boy Logan Mallon every Wednesday at 7 a.m. And I feel like, June 13th, that was the first one, not June 20th. This Friday, this won't be out. So that one doesn't matter.
But he crushed.
I was at Punchline.
He crushed the Punchline, in case you're curious.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good job at Punchline in the future, brother.
Thanks,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, I hope it goes very well.
You crushed, dude.
Thank you.
All right, man. That's awesome, dude. That's a busy schedule. And thanks again for coming, dude.
Thanks for having me, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun, dude.
Yeah.
I have it, dude.
I'm sorry I wasn't. Chris.
That was crispy.
That was sick, dude. Honestly, all right. I guess the clap made up for my unfunniness.
Nah, dude, I thought you were funny as shit.
Sticky, 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 blicky, blicky, blicky.